It was the first year of Gabriel Anderson and Serena Lynch's business marriage. Gabriel had jumped from the third-story balcony, breaking his leg just to prove a point. Clutching his parents' hands, he'd hissed through the pain.
I will only ever wish you. No one else.
That night, Serena, my best friend, cried with me the entire time. She whispered reassurances, telling me not to worry. Once we took control of our family companies, she'd give him back to me. She'd keep an eye on him, protect me, make sure he never hurt me. I believed her, without a single doubt. Everyone said I was the luckiest girl alive. I had a boyfriend who would die for me and a best friend who treated me like a sister. But that was 5 years ago. Now, I stood in our living room and handed Gabriel Serena's positive pregnancy test. I said. He let out a dry, mocking laugh.
Serena is my fiancé, Chloe. Isn't it normal for her to be pregnant?
Before I could react, he grabbed my hand and snapped my ring finger. I gasped in agony as he ripped the engagement ring off and tossed it into the trash.
Stop using these pathetic breakup stunts to get my attention. It's getting old.
I looked down at my hand, trembling as I pulled it away from his grip. The pain was blinding, but I didn't scream. For 5 years, I had screamed. I had cried until my throat was raw. Yet all my pain did was fuel the fire between him and Serena. Every tear I shed only drew them closer together.
Gabriel, you told me to wait. I waited 5 years for this. I'm done wasting my life on you. It's over.
He didn't even look at me. He walked casually into the living room. I saw the look on his face the moment he spotted my packed suitcases. Pure derision, like I was putting on a show. He thought everything in those bags was his, that I couldn't bear to leave without the things he bought. He was so certain I'd stay used to me folding, used to me accepting his excuses. He always said he and Serena, that her fake engagement was a sacrifice for us, until that sacrifice turned into hugs, kisses, and her in his bed. Every photo felt like a knife to my chest, and every time he begged, I forgave him. Even when he made me stain my dress with his blood, I fought him, screamed at him, said it was over 1,000 times, until his terror turned to indifference. I didn't want anything he gave me. All I needed was my freedom. Everything else could stay with him. I looked him dead in the eye, and I told him the truth.
Your things? You can keep them. I don't want a single reminder of you. And Gabriel? There isn't a person on this earth I can't live without. Especially not you.
Gabriel's smug grin vanished instantly. Just then, the front door swung open. Gabriel's cold expression shifted in a heartbeat as he deliberately shoved past me. He rushed to the door to catch Serena Lynch. Serena, what are you doing here? This place is a mess. Be careful, you might get hurt. When she noticed me staring, she pulled her hand away in a panic. He pulled her hand back and kissed her knuckles. He glanced at me, saw no reaction, and slammed the door shut, leaving me alone. My broken finger throbbed with a dull ache. I picked up my documents slowly, my movements stiff from the pain, and headed to the hospital. As I stepped into the hospital lobby, and then I saw him sitting, laughing, as if I wasn't even in the same room. Gabriel, a man so obsessed with cleanliness he used to avoid public benches, was kneeling on the floor, gently massaging Serena's calves. He looked like he was handling a priceless artifact. I had no desire to watch. I turned toward the orthopedic wing. While waiting at the door, Serena also came to the hallway, and upon seeing me, walked toward me.
Chloe, I think it's best if you don't see Gabriel. Baby needs his father's full attention. You love Gabe so much. I'm sure you wouldn't want anything to happen to his child, right?
Then she pulled out a thick stack of cash. In front of the crowded hallway, she shoved the money into my arms. She didn't lower her voice. I felt the weight of a dozen judgmental stares. I even heard someone whisper mistress under their breath. Serena flinched at the murmurs, lowering her voice to a theatrical whisper.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for them to hear.
She grabbed my hand, just like she used to in college when she wanted a favor.
Just stay away from me. The baby needs a father.
I raised my hand and slapped her across the face.
Serena, aren't you tired of playing the victim? You stole him. Just enjoy the prize and shut up.
Heavy footsteps thundered behind me. Serena collapsed collapsed onto the floor, tears streaming down her face instantly.
Chloe, I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing.
Gabriel rushed over, holding her up.
Chloe Shaw, are you a literal animal? Putting your hands on a pregnant woman? Get on your knees and apologize to Serena right now. Or I promise you, this time, I won't let you off easy.
This was the 1000th time Gabriel Anderson blindly took Serena's side without a second thought. If this had been a year ago, I would have fought tooth and nail, arguing until I proved my innocence. But now, I just felt an all-consuming exhaustion.
Don't talk to Chloe like that, Gabe. It was my fault. I just tripped.
You don't need to cover for her, Serena. You both know exactly what kind of person she is. Chloe, if you want to walk out of this hospital in one piece, you better apologize to Serena right now.
The truth is right there. Watch the footage yourself.
I tried to step past him, but a hand suddenly clamped onto the back of my head. Gabriel yanked my hair back with such force.
Gabe, stop!
My scalp felt like it was being torn open.
Stop acting. You aren't a bad princess like Serena. You expect me to believe this actually hurts?
I struggled to break his grip, but he moved faster, slamming his foot into the back of my knee. I hit the floor hard. Looking up at his face, I felt a strange sense of vertigo. I thought back to him at 18 wild, reckless, always in trouble. I'd even taken a knife from him once. I remembered how he'd held me then. His eyes bloodshot, his voice breaking, as he promised he would never let anyone hurt me again. But now, every bit of pain I felt came straight from him. I closed my eyes and breathed unsteadily. I refused to apologize for something I hadn't done. Serena begged him to let it go, but Gabriel held her back. Then he slapped me, hard enough to snap my head to the side. Serena cried out in shock, but Gabriel only pulled her protectively against him, staring at the red mark swelling on my face without a single trace of remorse.
We warned me that we owed Serena for the mess this relationship has caused her. If you're angry, take it out on me. But if you touch her again, I will make you pay dearly if I so much as thousands touched her.
I forced myself up from the floor, my legs shaking.
You already gave her your body and your soul as payment, Gabriel. What exactly do I still owe her?
Then I slapped him back just as hard. He stumbled back in stunned disbelief, shouting my name.
Chloe Shaw!
But I didn't stay to listen to the rest of his anger. I just turned and walked away. That night, I checked into a hotel, lying awake staring at the ceiling until dawn. The silence was deafening, and my mind was flooded with what had just happened. My phone buzzed in the dark. Serena, apologizing for Gabe. I didn't bother finishing the message. Apologies felt empty, meaningless. I didn't reply. I just turned the phone off, cutting off all contact. The next morning, I took a taxi straight to the airport and called Evan, a university senior, someone who knew the old me, the girl before Gabe. I told him I was at the airport, coming back to Rivercliff, and to the research project I'd abandoned for Gabe. I'd once been top of my class, a girl with a bright future, one I'd sacrificed to keep him warm. I was finally ready to reclaim myself, to get back the life I'd lost, but fate had other plans. When I approached the boarding gate and was waiting, 4 men in black suits appeared beside me. No explanations, just forced me into a car. I knew where they were taking me, the Anderson estate. The ride was silent. I sat in the back seat, staring out the window, knowing whatever waited for me at the estate would be worse than anything I'd faced. When I arrived, Gabriel's mother was in the drawing room. She used to think I was sensible, someone who'd never step out of line, but that was before I refused to let them control me. Then she said it, when you do something wrong, you face the consequences. In that moment, I knew there was no escaping. Serena Lynch stood timidly behind Gabriel's mother. When I was dragged in, she didn't look surprised at all. When our eyes met, she looked away for a split second before her lips moved silently. It was a game we used to play in college, reading each other's lips across a crowded room. I knew exactly what she was saying.
You wouldn't give him up, so I had to fight dirty. Don't blame me.
The guards forced me into my knees. I felt a wave of pure exhaustion. I once believed Serena was my sister in every way that mattered. Now, I realized
A
her.
girl like you is honestly too much of a woman.
I broke up with him! Gabriel and I are over!
Gabriel Anderson walked down the stairs, his expression like stone as he moved to stand beside Serena.
Lying just to dodge responsibility? Typical. You've been spoiled for too long, Chloe. A little discipline will be good for
blood. These two cheaters were standing there in their ivory tower, framing me as the villain in their twisted triangle.
Gabriel, listen to me! I said we are done! Do you not understand English? Why was I the one being punished? I had done nothing but love the wrong people.
It was as if my words never reached them at all.
A woman of your status doesn't just walk away from a golden goose. Break up? Who are you trying to kid?
She didn't wait for another word. A servant raised the whip and lashed it across my back. The world turned white. The barbs tore through my skin, and soon my back was a bloody mess. Cold sweat drenched my clothes. Serena turned pale, looking like she might faint at the sight of my blood. She made a move to stop them, but Gabriel's mother was determined to break me and ordered the servant to strike harder. I tasted iron. A spray of blood hit the polished floor. Serena finally broke, sobbing as she threw herself in front of me to block the next strike. Gabriel panicked. He lunged forward, catching Serena in his arms.
Are you trying to get yourself killed for her? She isn't worth it!
They stood there, locked in an embrace, while Gabriel looked at me with pure resentment, resenting me because Serena had always gotten hurt. Gabriel grabbed the whip himself.
Why can't you just be quiet? Serena is pregnant! She can't handle this kind of stress!
I thought I was too numb to feel anything else, but as his whip landed on my shredded back, I felt my soul finally shatter.
Chloe! I swear! I really...
Serena reached up and covered his mouth before he could finish. I knew what he wanted to say. He wanted to say he regretted ever loving me. I closed my eyes and let out a hollow, bitter laugh. Gabriel, fueled by a manic energy, dragged me to his car. He drove like a madman to his private coastal villa, intending to lock me away. He hauled me inside and threw me onto the floor, ignoring the screaming pain in my body. I forced myself up and ran toward the floor, to see the windows outside. The ocean stretched into an endless dark void. Gabriel watched me, a mocking smirk on his face.
Now, Chloe, a suicide threat? You think you're still a child?
I looked at him one last time. I whispered the words he hadn't finished earlier. Gabriel,
If this is what it takes to end this, then I'm ready.
seeing the dead look in my eyes, Gabriel's smugness vanished, replaced by a sudden, jagged panic. He took a step toward
You
me.
don't get to say that! Serena and I have sacrificed everything for you! You don't get to give up!
I felt a ghost of a smile. I turned and vaulted over the railing. The last thing I saw was Gabriel's face, contorted in a scream of pure terror. The dark water swallowed Chloe's figure in an instant. Gabriel stood frozen at the window, his body rigid. It was as if his brain refused to process what his eyes had just seen. The dark water swallowed Chloe's figure in an instant. Gabriel stood frozen at the window, his body rigid. It was as if his brain refused to process what his eyes had just seen. Serena arrived at the villa moments later. She burst into the room only to find Gabriel balanced precariously on the edge, looking like he was about to dive into the abyss below.
Gabe! Are you insane? Get down from there right now!
For the first time, Gabriel didn't react to her voice. He remained hyper-focused on the churning waves below. His eyes were shot through with blood, and a single tear traced a path down his pale face. Serena demanded, her voice
What
trembling.
happened? Where is she? Where's Chloe?
Gabriel turned his head slowly. He looked at Serena as if seeing her for the very first time. He pointed a trembling finger toward the vast, empty sea.
She's gone.
Serena felt the world tilt. Her vision blurred. She had only wanted Chloe to see that she and Gabriel were the perfect match. She wanted Chloe to give up and leave voluntarily. She never wanted her dead.
You're joking, right? Chloe is strong. She'd never kill herself. Gabe, tell me you're lying.
Serena's voice went shrill. She searched his face, desperate for any sign of a cruel prank. But she found only a hollow, haunting silence. Gabriel's eyes were rimmed red.
Serena, it was us.
His voice was hoarse as he spoke.
Our betrayal. We pushed her over that edge.
Serena's legs gave out and she collapsed onto the floor.
Not true. It can't be.
Serena's legs gave out and she collapsed onto the floor.
It can't be.
Chloe was her best friend. How could she have been the one to kill her? As she sat on the cold floor, a sudden thoughts sparked in her eyes.
She played us, Gabe. Don't you remember? Chloe is a strong swimmer. This is just another one of her stunts to force us
She
apart.
lunged forward, grabbing Gabriel's arm like a lifeline.
Call everyone. We have to find her before her little plan succeeds. We can't let her win like this.
A glimmer of desperate hope flickered in Gabriel's dead eyes.
Right. Chloe has a temper. She's just trying to scare us. We just need to find her and bring her back.
Gabriel hired every search team available. Deep down, both he and Serena forced themselves to forget one crucial detail. Chloe was severely injured when she hit the water. They refused to accept the brand of murderer, and they certainly didn't want to live with the soul-crushing weight of the truth. For an entire month, they obsessed with the search, scouring the coastline. But as the days turned into weeks, the hope began to rot. Gabriel spent hours staring at the horizon. The image of Chloe's face, not the angry version, but the girl who once loved him, began to haunt him. The thought that she might never return spread through his mind like a virus. He began to shake uncontrollably. For years, he had balanced himself between two women. He felt guilty towards Serena, so he gave her everything. His time, his money, his body. He knew he was hurting Chloe, but he let his heart drift anyway. He figured Chloe was easy to please. She loved him too much to ever truly leave. In his twisted mind, Serena was the thrill. But Chloe was the one he intended to grow old with. Now he realized she had seen right through his shallow heart. She would rather die than spend another minute by his side. The villa was constantly filled with a thick, suffocating cloud of grey. Serena walked into the room, her eyes red from the smoke.
Pregnant, Gabriel. Can't you at least try to control yourself?
At Serena's words, Gabriel Anderson slowly shifted his gaze to her slightly rounded stomach. That child was the living evidence of their betrayal, a physical witness to their sins.
Serena, once you have this baby, we're done. I'll give you whatever you want. Money, property, whatever. Just don't ever show your face to me again. If Chloe comes back and sees you here, she won't be happy.
Serena's face went bone white. Over the past few weeks, she had secretly made peace with the fact that Chloe was never coming back. She had even begun making quiet arrangements for a memorial service. Whenever she looked at Chloe's photo amidst the performative grief, there was a flicker of dark relief. To her, Chloe had been a thorn wedged between her and Gabriel. Now that she was gone, Serena thought they could finally be together in the light. But now, Gabriel was ending it before it even truly began.
Why? We fought so hard to get to this point, Gabe. This baby needs a mother and a father together.
Have you forgotten who we are? You were her best friend. I was her boyfriend. How could I possibly stay with you?
He turned away, staring back out at the ocean.
Drop it. Once the baby is born, I'm calling off the engagement. The title of Mrs. Anderson always belonged to Chloe. I treated her like an afterthought for too long. When she comes home, I'm gonna make it up to her 1,000 times over.
Serena bit her lip, staying silent. She knew arguing with him in this state was useless. But as soon as she was alone, she picked up her phone and retreated into the shadows. She began making calls to the very people Gabriel had hired to find me. She gripped the phone so hard her knuckles turned white, whispering into the darkness.
I'm sorry, Chloe, but you're dead. I have to look out for my own happiness now. Please, don't hate me for this.
Chloe, seriously? Stop sneaking snacks.
In our small rented apartment, Evan Carlson, my senior from the lab, was glaring at me. Exasperated, I wiped the grease from my fingers and drifted back toward my bed.
All right. I'm done. Happy?
Evan followed me, still lecturing.
You can't be eating greasy, spicy junk. It's bad for your recovery. Or do you want to end up back in the ER?
Don't be so dramatic. Learn my lesson.
Seeing the genuine worry in his eyes, I ducked my head guiltily. Satisfied, Evan finally left the room. I lay back and stared out the window. 3 years ago, when I jumped from that villa, I had already activated the GPS tracker on my watch. It was a little gadget Evan, and I had developed back in college so he could always find me if I was in trouble. The moment Gabriel's guards grabbed me, I had sent Evan a distress signal. He had tracked me to the coast and pulled me out of the water after I jumped. My body was a wreck though. It took a full year of intensive hospital care before I could even walk out on my own. To cheer me up, Evan kept me updated on the happy couple. Apparently, the fallout was spectacular. Gabriel never stopped looking for me, but Serena was secretly sabotaging the search. When Gabriel finally found out, they had a massive blowout.
Never
During the struggle, Serena fell against the sharp edge of a table. She miscarried her 7-month-old baby and lost the ability to ever have children again. After that, Gabriel didn't care about the family alliance anymore. He called off the engagement, nearly giving his mother a heart attack. Serena tried to win him back, but Gabriel was cold as ice. Eventually, her love turned into pure hatred. The two people who couldn't stop cheating behind my back had ended up tearing each other apart the moment I was gone.
Talk about karma. Those two backstabbers finally got what they deserved. God really does have eyes.
Even had laughed when he told me. Hearing his Schadenfreude Zen-filled laughter, I felt a touch of helplessness.
Evan, don't laugh so loudly. The professor is resting.
Honestly, hearing about them felt like hearing news about strangers. I realized long ago that Gabriel and Serena didn't actually love each other that much. They just loved the thrill of the affair, the high of betraying me. I was the catalyst for their passion. Without me to hide from, their flame just died out. Once I was healthy enough, I threw myself back into our research projects. I was so busy that the past felt like a dream. I never expected to see Gabriel again. It happened at a high-end gala. Our professor didn't want to go, so he practically kicked Evan and me out of the lab to represent the project.
He just didn't want to get dressed up, so he sent us his tribute. Cool. At least let us eat first.
There's literally a mountain of food right there, Evan. Fill your boots.
Evan tapped my forehead.
I'm worried about you. You're still recovering. You can't just survive on appetizers.
He picked up a small piece of cake and playfully held it to my lips.
Open up.
Suddenly, a hand shot out from the crowd. Before I could react, I was jerked away from Evan and pulled hard into a familiar chest. The cake fell and splattered on the floor. That scent, the one that used to make me feel so safe, now made my stomach churn with disgust.
Let go of me!
I struggled to wrench my hand away, but Gabriel Anderson held on like a vice. Gabriel hissed, his eyes darting to Evan.
Is he the reason? Is he the new guy? Did you leave me back then just so you could run to him?
I bristled at the accusation.
Don't dare talk about things you don't understand. Let go of me.
Gabriel acted as if he couldn't hear me.
I've been looking for you for so long. I'm never letting you out of my sight again. Never.
Before I could get a word out, Gabriel let out a muffled groan and crumpled to the floor. Evan stood over him, his face a mask of pure disgust.
Keep your filthy hands off her. You don't deserve to even speak her.
Gabriel looked up from the floor, his eyes dark with
And
malice.
who the hell are you? Chloe is my girlfriend. This is between us. Stay out of it.
I picked up a glass of wine from a passing waiter and threw it directly into Gabriel's face. Gabriel's eyes locked onto where Evan was holding my hand.
For him? You're doing this for him? What exactly is he to you?
It's none of your business, Gabriel. You lost the right to ask me questions the moment you chose Serena.
I didn't wait for the despair in his eyes to shatter. I pulled Evan away from the party and headed to a nearby pharmacy. As I sat on a bench carefully applying ointment to the red marks Gabriel had left on Evan's
It's
hand.
so funny, we're gonna get an earful from the professor for leaving.
I wanted to fuck that jerk for years, but you were so set on loving him that I never had the chance.
Evan didn't seem to
Now
care.
that I finally settled the score for you, I'm pretty happy, Chloe.
His bright eyes held only my reflection.
I stopped caring about those things a long time ago.
He suddenly squeezed my hand.
I care.
He held my gaze for a heartbeat. His ears turned a bright shade of red, but he didn't look away. He repeated, his voice small but steady. My heart, which had been dormant for so long, gave a sudden sharp thud. Just as he began to lean in, a shadow fell over us. Serena Lynch was standing under a nearby streetlight. She looked pale and drained. A far cry from the poised, gentle girl she used to be.
Chloe,
I didn't want to say yes, but seeing the raw desperation in her eyes, we sat in a quiet cafe. Serena gripped her coffee cup, lost in a long, heavy silence. Back in the day, we were inseparable. I used to think we'd grow old together, her and Gabriel and me. When I first found out about the affair, I was devastated, but a part of me actually wanted to step aside so they could be happy. But Serena wouldn't allow that. She didn't want the guilt of being the friend betrayer, so she played both sides, promising me she just wanted to experience an engagement while sending me videos of them together to twist the knife. She had systematically dismantled years of friendship, brick by brick, I said.
if you have nothing to say, I'm leaving.
civil.
Serena lunged forward and grabbed my hand, but flinched and let go when she saw my cold
I
expression.
just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
She looked at me with those big, mournful
Are
eyes.
your injuries okay now?
I simply nodded and stood up to leave.
Is that man your boyfriend?
Serena's voice pulled me toward the door.
Does he love you?
I paused, my hand on the handle.
But he loves me more than Gabriel ever could.
Serena Lynch nodded slowly.
I'm glad you're finding happiness.
Really, she spoke with a tenderness that suggested we were still the best of friends. But we both knew the truth. Some bridges don't just burn, they vaporize. There was no going back. On the day Evan and I prepared to head back to the city, Gabriel Anderson appeared out of nowhere. He caught up to me at the station, breathless and frantic.
Are you leaving me again? Chloe! Are you leaving me again?
He looked haggard, his face sunken. I stood there, letting out a tired sigh.
Gabriel, and everything that happened between us, I can honestly say I never did you wrong. So why do you insist on hurting me over and over again?
He flinched as if I'd struck him.
I broke up with Serena, Chloe. I just want to make it up to you. I want you back.
He reached into his pocket with trembling fingers and pulled out a ring. It was the same diamond he had snapped off my finger and tossed into the trash years ago.
I found it. I kept it, Chloe. Please, can we just start over?
He looked at me with such pathetic hope. I reached out, took the ring from his palm, and without a word tossed it directly into the sewer grate nearby.
Every time I look at you, all I feel is the ghost of the pain you caused. If you have even a shred of a conscience left, you'll stay for me for the rest of your life.
I didn't wait for a response. I turned my back on him. Gabriel's raw, broken sobs drifted on the wind behind me, growing fainter and fainter until they were finally drowned out by the sound of the world moving on. I reached out and gripped Evan's hand. He squeezed back, steady and warm. Together, we walked toward the future I had finally reclaimed